Have you ever stopped to think what the racing world would be like if NASCAR had no rules? Imagine a scenario where speed knows no limits, where the creativity of engineers and the courage of drivers meet in a risky dance of adrenaline and innovation. What would happen if cars could be designed without restrictions and drivers could defy the laws of physics? In this video, we'll explore this fascinating idea and the implications it would have for the racing world. Get ready for an exciting journey beyond imagination. Before we dive into this rule-free universe, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Here, you'll find incredible content about motorsports, science, and much more. Join our community and don't miss a thing. Now, let's get to the real deal. What would happen if NASCAR had no rules? The first thing that comes to mind is total freedom in vehicle construction. Imagine a scenario where speed knows no limits, where the creativity of engineers and the courage of drivers meet in a risky dance of adrenaline and innovation. What would happen if cars could be designed without restrictions and drivers could defy the laws of physics? In this video, we'll explore this fascinating idea and the implications it would have for the racing world. Get ready for an exciting journey beyond imagination. Now, let's get to the real deal. What would happen if NASCAR had no rules? The first thing that comes to mind is total freedom in vehicle construction. Imagine electric cars, rocket sleds, or even vehicles that move on tracks like roller coasters. The engineer's creativity would be limitless, but it would also pose immense challenges. The central question is, how far could the human body withstand the G-forces during a race? Daytona Speedway, famous for its challenging curves, would be a veritable battleground for drivers. If cars were designed to exceed speed limits without regard for safety, drivers would face extreme G-forces. To give you an idea, a fighter pilot can withstand up to 10 degrees of gravity during maneuvers, but this happens for brief moments. In a race, the situation would be very different. Drivers would be exposed to these forces for long periods, which could be fatal. Cornering acceleration is one of the main factors to consider. If a car exceeded safe speeds in corners, drivers could face devastating consequences. NASA has studies showing that for prolonged periods, normal humans can only withstand 3 to 6 degrees of gravity. If we limited our vehicle to 4G, the top speed in the Daytona corners would be about 240 miles per hour. That would still be an impressive speed, but the race time would extend to almost 2 hours. But what about the straightaways? We could accelerate the vehicle on straightaways and slow it down before the corners, creating a situation where the driver would experience more constant acceleration. This might allow the car to complete the track in less time, but even then, human biology imposes limits. If we increase the limit to 6G, the race time would drop to about an hour and 20 minutes. However, 10G would be unsustainable even if the car managed to break the sound barrier. Now, let's imagine an even more radical scenario. What if we reduced the survival requirements? How fast could we make a vehicle go around the track? An interesting concept would be a vehicle attached to a pivot in the center of a circular track, similar to a giant centrifuge. This approach would allow the car to reach extreme speeds, but of course it wouldn't be feasible for a living driver. Another idea would be to build a ramp like a bobsled track and launch a ball bearing. However, physics would still limit us. The ball bearing couldn't roll faster than a few kilometers per second, or it would shatter. What if we tried to slide? A material like diamond, known for its strength, could be an option, but the friction would generate enough heat to burn the material. An intriguing solution would be to levitate the capsule with magnetic fields, making it lighter and easier to steer. However, this would lead us to a concept that resembles a particle accelerator. While it wouldn't exactly fit the initial proposal, a particle accelerator is a clear example of how physics can be challenged. Particles in a hadron collider can reach speeds close to the speed of light, covering distances of 500 meters in just 2.7 milliseconds. So, what have we learned from all this? The absence of rules in NASCAR would open up a range of possibilities, but it would also bring immense risks. Speed and innovation could lead to a new level of excitement, but driver safety would be a constant concern.
Human biology, with its limitations, reminds us that even in a world without rules, life and safety must always be prioritized.